welcome to Diversity Alliance Talks. I'm your host, Gabby, and I'm also founder of Diversity Alliance. If this is the first time you've listened to or watched us/me, then welcome. If you know some of our work or you've listened before, watched before, then welcome back. And I just thought it'd be really nice to reflect back over 2023. I like to do that anyway, kind of in my personal life, look at what I learned. It sounds very cheesy, doesn't it? But it's true. Look at what I learned, look at some of the challenges, some of the things that really impacted me or influenced me. And I thought I always do, I like to introduce what I look like and what I'm wearing from an accessibility perspective. If you want to know more, go back and watch some of our previous episodes around disability awareness. And today, so I'm wearing a black t-shirt. I've got long dark hair with blonde highlights, brown skin, my usual red lipstick. Chaz is still alive in the background. Chaz is my plant, for those of you that don't know. Yeah, I think that's it. Oh, I've got a little gold chain on as well. And I've got red nails, being festive. Red nails, red lips, coming up for Christmas and all that sort of thing. So we really hope you enjoy this recap, get some insights, listen to some real change discussions, and think about maybe how you want to move forward and implement some of those things into 2024. But what I really got from my conversation with Thea was around how we expect quite a lot from our leaders and our managers when it comes to diversity and inclusion in the workplace, and inclusion and equity and all of that sort of thing. I feel like sometimes we expect to be spoon-fed what we should be doing to make more inclusive workplaces and to make sure that we understand more about diversity, equity and inclusion and accessibility, and how it can be integrated into our work, the work that we're creating, delivering, and the way that we, work with each other within the workplace. And even when we've done our own education and learning around this, and we are very interested in diversity and inclusion, and we want more diverse and inclusive workplaces. We want all those things. We're doing the work ourselves. But then when we actually step into the workplace, it kind of goes out the window, and we're expecting our leaders and managers to really be leading on this. So what I'm trying to say is, is that we should be taking more personal responsibility for how we show up in the workplace, for how we deliver our work, based on being more inclusive, more equitable, more accessible, and all those things. We can do those things. We have the agency to do those things, to bring in some of our knowledge and experiences in there, not wait to be told when we can do it and whether it's okay, because anything that you are doing that's going to be more supportive, more representative, more accessible or inclusive of other people is going to be welcomed, right? I think it's definitely going to be welcomed. So don't be afraid. If there's something that you've learned, whether it's around using Pascal hashtags or camel case hashtags, I'll pop a little link in the description in the bio description area of what those are. Even if it's just implementing something like that because you've heard about that, whether it's just about implementing captions, or maybe you're thinking about how the workspace can be more accessible for somebody who's neurodiverse, for example, make a suggestion based around that. We can do it. We can make these suggestions. We don't have to wait for leaders to tell us what we should be doing. This is just slowing down progress. So the key thing I got from my conversation with Thea was definitely around personal responsibility. And I think that every change, small, large, whatever it is, every step that we take is going to have a huge impact on, not just on individuals, but on workplaces, cultures and events as a whole. So I think we should just go for it. Go for it. That's what I'm trying to say. Go for it. Believe in yourself. If you've done the research, the education, the learning, you've got an idea, you know what's right, you know what's wrong, believe in yourself and go for it. Don't just wait for leaders to tell you when it's okay to start thinking about these things. Actually, so what can kind of like cisgender people do around kind of helping to drive the use and the widespread use and the comfortability around using pronouns? I feel like we should be driving this effort, and I don't think we are. So there are things that we can do to drive this.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I just wanted to kind of acknowledge something before jumping onto that. It's just come to my brain, and I'm gonna say it. I think for cisgender people, the biggest thing I get set. Let me start this sentence again. My brain going down 10 narratives right now. ADHD. I've got 10 lanes. Let's pick one. The biggest thing right now to acknowledge for me is that we can't expect as a community, cis allies, whether they're self-proclaimed or have history of doing it, to get behind us if there is so much infighting amongst our own community and in terms of the LGBT community. And I'm just going to say it, like, there's certain communities within the LGBT community that are just not getting behind the trans community right now. They've got their rights, they're super happy, and they're like, listen, I just like shagging men.
Yeah.
Leave me out of it. Or do you know what? I've got my wife, and leave me out of it. I'm done. I don't need that anymore. And I guess, like,
that's frustrating.
Seeing that is a lot. Pretty disgusting in our own community. It's pretty disgusting. I'm not going to give them any airtime at this, and groups in our community that are quite vocal. We can't expect allies to get in front of us if our own community isn't doing that. So I guess that's one thing to acknowledge, because it is happening and it's not talked about as much. Anyone watching this conversation, and if this resonates with you, if you've been sat there for a while, like even having anxiety or feeling like you couldn't speak up because you didn't want to speak up, like this is your time to go, oh my gosh, Gabby and Chris, that conversation, I'm hearing myself, or I'm seeing traits that I maybe don't like. And maybe I have been too passive in this because I didn't realize that I could make a change. Like, one of the biggest questions I get asked is, how do you get into ED&I? How do you do it?
Yeah. Do you?
All the time. People want to get into it, but they're too scared. They're like, can I do a course? Well, actually, yeah, you can actually do a university degree, but I don't know anyone who does. The kids coming up, they're definitely going to have degrees in it. We don't have degrees in it.
No.
But we use our lived experiences. We actively talk, and you know what we do. We do lots of things. We try and create change. Yeah, we try and create change. We learn every day. I do these video interviews as well and learn so much about other people. We're not just about amplifying our own voices, other people's. But if you are in a company and there is a bit of a toxic culture going on, you are seeing stuff that you don't like, you've not got equal rights in that business, stand up and be counted, especially if you've been there for a while and your voice carries a bit of weight. If you have got something that you want to speak out about on LinkedIn, speak out about it. Speak out about it, because let me tell you, there'll be 10 other people that will think the same thing, and you'll start building that community there. Your voice can inform change.
Exactly.
And
I'm not going to say that. It's so empowering. I'm thinking of a new word.
You
have like a cool word for empowering, please.
But your voice can inform change. And listen, like when I started this journey, I got called every name under the sun, like by people that didn't want to hear it, and they would rather sometimes drag you down and throw mud at you to get rid of you than actually look introspectively at themselves, at the wider problem, and realize that something actually is going on. It's not an easy journey, but I know there are people out there that want to fight for people's rights, for a better workplace environment, a more accessible workplace, a more inclusive workplace, a better industry for everyone. And I guarantee there's times that people are sat at their desk going, this is not okay. But you know what? I'm going to go to work. I'm going to leave work. I'm going to get my paycheck. I'm going to watch my Netflix. I'm going to have a lovely time. If you listening to me right now is going, I really actually want to do something, come and do something. There's so many amazing groups that can support you in doing that, like Gabby being one of them, but we can definitely put some more resources in terms of people that are coming in and doing it. And if you're not there to do it yourself just yet, bring in external support, pitch people, pay speakers at your events, get intersectional diverse speakers in, because you will learn. If you're learning right now, you're learning through storytelling. That is how you will continue to learn, continue to grow, continue to make change.
I love that. And I have had people pop up in my DMs who will explain a scenario or a situation and be like, how can I address it? This is how I feel, but how can I address this so that I'm taken seriously, and that I feel confident addressing it in, in a professional way. I'm like, great, that's a great first step at least, and we can talk through it, but you're making that step at least to start to want to say something, to want to address something, rather than going, oh, I didn't like that, but oh well, and then carrying on with your day. So yeah, I really, it's such a great place for you to end on, actually, because I think everything that you said is really important. And I think we do need to take a bit more time to look within ourselves, look at the world around us, not just staring at our screens and our laptops, talking to people, talking with communities that are different to our own, with individuals that are different to ourselves, and getting our humanity back, which I'm saying a lot at the moment is about getting our humanity back, because we become so, I don't know where we are, in all honesty. I don't know where we are. I feel like it's disappeared, humanity. It's very odd. Anyway, on that note, I hope that you have enjoyed these podcast conversations. Do hop back and watch the full episodes or listen to the full episodes. And we're looking forward to sharing more in 2024. But also before then, we're going to share a little bit of a part 2 as well, where we're going to be revisiting some of our other really impactful and interesting podcasts and guests too. So thanks for joining.